Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Micah Parsons' 2024 promise will have Cowboys fans thinking Super Bowl. Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons' first 3 seasons in the NFL have been nearly as destructive as that of any great defensive player we've ever seen enter the league. Consider that Parsons, a former 12th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, is one of only 5 players in NFL history who have recorded at least 40 sacks in his first 3 seasons in the NFL, joining Reggie White, 52, Derek Thomas, 43.5, Aldon Smith, 42, and Dwight Freeney, 40. This statistical nugget, among many others, is part of the reason why Pro Football Focus have graded Parsons as the 3rd best player in the NFL in the 2023 season. But even though Parsons is on the metaphorical medal stand and in the company of players like Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Myles Garrett and Christian McCaffrey within the top 5 of PFF's annual countdown, he's not planning on resting on his laurels anytime soon. The last time Dallas played in the Super Bowl, Bill Clinton was still in his first term as President of the United States. The Chicago Bulls had only won 3 NBA titles. Friends, Seinfeld, and ER were at the peak of their popularity on NBC's must-see TV Thursday nights. And Macarena had yet to reach number 1 on the Billboard charts. America's team has been noticeably absent from America's biggest sporting event for the last 28 years. And since their last appearance on Super Bowl Sunday, Dallas hasn't advanced further than the divisional round of the playoffs. And last year, when it appeared as if the path was clear for a Dallas/San Francisco showdown in the NFC Championship game that would elicit memories of the early 1990s, the Packers went into Jerry World and hung 48 points on a Cowboys D that was the 5th best scoring defense in the league throughout the regular season. Despite unceremonious exits each of the last 3 seasons under head coach Mike McCarthy, I'm still convinced that the pieces are in place for Dallas to make a Super Bowl run next year. I understand that this likely puts me in the minority of football fans/writers out there, but I believe that if Parsons and the Cowboys defense finds a way to ascend, and that's a big if, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense can avoid a stumble in the postseason, they can absolutely make a deep playoff run, and perhaps even end that drought. Cowboys Chris Jones signing, Micah Parsons' new $100 million contract set? Major NFL contract moves do not happen in a vacuum. But they do operate in an echo chamber, and the echoes that will bounce all the way to the star in Frisco now that Chris Jones has gotten his record-setting contract from the Kansas City Chiefs are loud ones. And yes, Micah Parsons can hear them. Jones, who has made Pro Bowl in each of the last 5 seasons, has made first-team All-Pro in the last 2, and has helped Kansas City win 2 straight Super Bowls, has agreed to a 5-year extension that includes $95 million guaranteed with the Chiefs. The numbers can be funny and fuzzy, but this puts Jones in the range of Nick Bosa of the 49ers, $34 million APY, Aaron Donald of the Rams, $31.7 million, TJ Watt of the Steelers, $28 million, Joey Bosa of the Chargers, $27 million, and Myles Garrett of the Browns, $25 million. And yes, eventually, the smart money being the operative word is that Micah Parsons will be asking the Dallas Cowboys for a deal that surpasses them all. To the credit of the Chiefs and Jones' side, they got this done about 36 hours before NFL free agent legal tampering begins on Monday. Will the Cowboys follow suit? Parsons is presently eligible for his extension. Dallas will be picking up his 5th-year option of $21 million for 2025, but there is no expectation that will be his actual salary, it is but a placeholder. How soon will Dallas get down to the business of doing a deal with Micah Parsons? Sooner seems like a better idea than later, but either way, it will put one of the NFL's brightest stars who is making big promises for the Cowboys in 2024 in the guaranteed money range of $100 million. Cowboys quickly linked to recently cut 8-time Pro Bowler. The Steelers added another defensive back to the growing list of big names to be cut here ahead of the start of the 2024 NFL League year next week, cutting cornerback Patrick Peterson despite a productive season in which he played 97% of Pittsburgh's snaps. But Peterson, an 8-time Pro Bowler, will turn 34 in July and has, no doubt, lost a step as he has pushed into his 30s. With the Cowboys likely featuring a roster spot at cornerback, assuming veteran Stephon Gilmore's stay at the Star was just a one-year interlude, Peterson was immediately linked to Dallas as a low-cost veteran who could chip in. It helps that Peterson played for one season under coach Mike Zimmer in Minnesota, with Zimmer now the team's defensive coordinator. Peterson had his best years in Arizona, where he was made the number 5 overall pick in 2011. His 8 Pro Bowl selections came in his first 8 seasons with the Cardinals, and he also earned 3 All-Pro selections. With a limited free agent budget, the Cowboys will have to get creative at some spots on the roster, and cornerback is likely to be one of them, especially with the emergence of Darren Bland last year and the impending return of Trayvon Diggs. Pittsburgh saved more than $6 million by cutting Peterson, who had been on a 2-year, $14 million contract he signed last season. At the Cowboys' country site on SI.com, the Cowboys' link to Peterson came Saturday morning. The Cowboys are certainly in need of some cornerback help with Stephon Gilmore, C.J. Goodwin, and Jordan Lewis facing free agency this spring. If they don't address the position in free agency, it will certainly be a target during the draft, wrote Jeremy Breener of the site. While Peterson isn't the same player that made the Pro Bowl with the Cardinals, he can provide some depth behind Darren Bland and Trayvon Diggs. He recorded 42 tackles last season for the Steelers, his lowest total since 2017. In a nod to his increasing age, Peterson moved into the slot more often with Pittsburgh than he had ever played in his previous 12 seasons in the NFL, taking 225 snaps as the slot corner after taking just 8 snaps as the slot the previous year in Minnesota, per PFF. He also played 220 snaps at free safety in 2023, after having played a total of just 11 snaps at safety in his entire prior career. As for Diggs, Team Vice President Stephen Jones said that he will be present for the team's OTAs in 2 months, but that he is unlikely to participate in team activities. Diggs underwent surgery in late October, and Jones said he does expect Diggs to be ready for training camp. Diggs himself spoke to reporters after his surgery, which was the first major injury of his career. "At first, it was tough, but I'm used to it now," he said then, "just every day doing the same things, getting my routine down and getting structure and discipline to focus on what's important." He said he was getting a football education while he was injured. "I just watch football all day, literally," Diggs said. "I never got the chance to really sit down and watch other teams. I've been taking my time doing that and reading a couple books, and trying to find a couple new hobbies. Just taking everything day by day." And you, fan, what do you think of the situation Patrick Peterson? Leave your opinion in the comments.